Welcome out to the Nerd Effect Podcast. We are at episode number 40.
Ooh. It's midlife crisis time, you guys.
Yeah, I've been there, done that.
Yeah, I'm working on mine.
And Mason and I very well found out over the course of the weekend that we may have been approaching our 1 year mark, if not have already had done so.
Yes. I'll have to go back and find the date of...
back,
find out the date of Nerd Effect 1.
I know.
Not hard to find, you guys.
I know. It's like we run the website or something.
Yeah.
Or something. Somebody does. It's those flying monkeys we've got chained up in the back room.
Yeah. Speaking of monkeys, no.
No, Mike.
No, Mike.
So who are we?
I was going to say, speaking of monkeys, that was a good segue. You should have ran with it.
Speaking of monkeys.
Speaking of monkeys, we are...
Mark Morgan.
Mason, I'm actually an ape, Ireland.
Nikki Ook Prindle.
And I am Dustin Ooga Vancouver. What? I was trying to go for another...
No, it's fine.
I can't stop this.
Oh my god, there's a dancing baby in the corner, you guys.
Or dancing baby.
All right,
Groot.
you want to do this? Let's do this. Okay, no one actually remembers the Ally McBeal reference except for me.
I kind of remember.
That's why I made the baby joke, because I love
That's what she says to the baby at the end and starts dancing with it.
Yeah.
Because it was a whole personification of her biological clock ticking.
Yeah, it was her needing to have the babies.
Yeah.
I loved that show.
I watched it out of because I had nothing else to watch.
I watched it because I had a girlfriend at the time.
I started watching it because they had Bon Jovi on it, and
I watched it
like
because,
Bon Jovi.
oh right, I never watched it.
I'm Mike. I'm cooler than you guys. I did try rewatching it recently because they put it on Netflix, and it is painful.
Well,
it is a shitty
It's a show
show.
that's a show of its time that doesn't expand
It does
out of its
not
time.
work
Yeah. Kind of like
outside
Friends.
of the 90s.
Or 90210.
My mom would argue with you on the Friends front. Like,
And
she
Seinfeld.
owns them on the DVDs and watches them. Like, she'll watch the series and then wait a week and watch the series again. And when I lived with my parents, I hated hearing that music coming out of my parents' bedroom because the walls were thin. I'm like, oh, good.
It could have been other noises.
I'll be there for you.
Oh, for the love. God,
I
no.
know.
Or no, not for the love. Ow. Ooh.
Oh,
Ah.
God.
Oh, it's in his brain. You can see it. You can see it in his eyes. Oh man, if only
Breaking.
this was a video show.
Breaking
right
from
now.
the inside.
That's what she said.
Oh!
I don't. That was wrong. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I bothered myself with that one.
And
I don't have standards, you guys.
Standards.
I know, right?
Something this show doesn't have.
Clearly.
Unless you're a PG-rated newsletter. Which we now currently have. Nikki, you should remind people
Super
about this.
Proud. Okay, so if you guys go onto our website, Dustin set up a link where you can sign up for it, or I posted a link to the view it in your web browser version of our newsletter. And there's a subscribe button on that as well. And we're going to send out a monthly newsletter. I might change it to bi-weekly depending on feedback.
But no more than bi-weekly.
Yeah, no more than bi-weekly. I don't want to annoy the crap out of everyone, but it's going to be sort of a GPG. I've got summaries of articles that we've talked about with links to the full articles, random funny things on the internet. I'd like to expand it to include, like if we had like a superhero drawing contest for if there's any younger readers out there who are getting the newsletter, stuff like that. I think that would be really fun. Just making it a cool, fun, nerdy little tidbit for you to get in your inbox and look forward to. I don't want to annoy people. I don't want it to be... So if you have any sort of feedback on it, email newsletter@nerdeffect.com. You can also sign up by emailing your full name with the subject line, subscribe to newsletter@nerdeffect.com. And I will be running that and trying to make it not suck.
Yay. Go subscribe, people.
Yeah, so subscribe, give me feedback. If there's things that you'd like to see, if you spot any fun things on the internet that you think other people might enjoy. I actually was shown a video on Friday by a coworker that I really wish I'd remembered to put in, so that might be going in the next one. It's called What If Cats Said Hey Instead of Meow? And it is fucking hilarious.
That just sounds fun.
It's so great. Hey! It's so funny. It's, oh my god, I'm going to have to show it to you guys when we're done. It's so great. But I forgot to put it in.
Sounds like it would remind me of the one where the dude lip syncs his dog when he's trying to tell him that
he wants a kitty?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that one. Yeah, I love that one.
I made a pound of bacon. I'm going to feed it to the cat.
There's another one where he says he wants a kitten. And it's like the whole thing is him teasing him about how he wants a kitten. But, just random funny things. If you see any cool geeky crafts that you think we should feature, if you make a cool geeky craft that you think we should feature, send it in. I will absolutely submit it.
Fan art is always appreciated.
Yeah,
Yes.
It's intended to be a place for us to share nerdy things that we love. And we would like to share the nerdy things that you love too. So, please feel free to subscribe. And I am keeping it kid friendly if you know any nerdy kids that would like it. Yeah.
Absolutely, positively no references to monkey tits.
Mike's not allowed anywhere near the newsletter. He's allowed to get it.
You can always put black censor bars.
No. And I mean, like, I'm not even putting in the article I had earlier about that date rape nail polish, just because that's a topic that parents should bring up with children on their own, and I don't want to be the one
Mommy,
it.
Daddy, what's date rape?
Yeah, exactly.
What's a roofie?
I don't want to be the one initiating that conversation. So we're keeping it very.
And to quote an old song, date rape's not legal.
Mike on Nerd Effect mentioned slip a Mickey. What's that mean?
Yeah, it's we're keeping it safe and clean, and I would love submissions from people, because I'm basically just putting in things that we've mentioned on the show that have been mentioned on our Facebook page. For now, that's what I'm doing. If I'm finding extra stuff that I like that I think that you guys will like, I'll throw that in there too. But I don't want to get too much repeat information, even though it is meant to be an
aggregator.
An aggregator and a safe way for people to view things if they're not necessarily old enough to listen to the show or don't appreciate the language that we use, because we're not going to tone ourselves down. Fuck that.
I just don't have the time to censor these shows.
Yeah. I don't have the desire to censor my language. It's nice to have, the ability to speak freely.
And sometimes the word fuck is appropriate.
The ability to speak freely, I think, is part of what makes this show great. Is that we just speak our minds and don't worry about censoring ourselves. Whereas the newsletter gives us a place where people who don't necessarily appreciate language can still get the information that we're bringing across.
Even our Facebook is pretty tame.
It is pretty tame.
Yes. Speaking of weird things, I just want to bring this show up. Found a show on Netflix recently called Frisky Business. It is a 6-episode long show about a sex toy distributor from England, from Bath, England.
Oh, I've seen that on my.
It's hilarious. It is awesome. And see, the problem is what is actually happening here. This is a weird train of thought that actually has to go through. Nikki has a pirate named Gingerbeard the pirate. He's a Scottish pirate.
He is. I drew him. I'll take
and
pictures.
then she
you
is.
say Yar with a Scottish accent, because that was
Arr!
That's
close.
no. That's pretty much what it would be.
Yeah, it's pretty much what it would be, because the Scottish dog truncates Y's. So, arr!
I have a comic that's called The Bruins that my Scottish buddy Stu has sent me.
And it's all in brogue.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
a
all
little
written
bit
in brogue.
mind-blown that you
Have
can
you
do that.
seen it? You know about it?
I've heard about it.
I need to let you borrow them.
Yes,
They're
you do.
fucking hilarious.
And then she's also drawing a kid with a gas mask on at the top of the page.
Are
now.
you my mummy?
Are you my mommy? And at one point, someone in that show has an "Are you my mommy" shirt, and it has a frontal shot of one of the kids from the Doctor Who episode
That's
in
terrifying.
black and white, and it just says "Are you my mommy" on it. And I kind of stopped looking at the screen during that part of the show
Oh yeah, that's
because I was really trying to avoid looking at his T-shirt, because
that's one of the
the
few episodes
weeping
that-
angels are creepy. Those children are freaking positively terrifying to me.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I know that even got resolved in one episode, but still.
No, that's one of the most terrifying ones to me too.
Yeah. A friend of ours.
And this was on the sex toy shop thing?
Well, yeah, he was wearing the T-shirt. I mean, they're in England. I mean, who doesn't know Doctor Who in England?
Yeah.
That's true.
And they were originally on the BBC, so whatever.
That's true. And BBC does control England.
All of English television, pretty much. Yeah. But he had the shirt on, and I couldn't look at him when he was on screen when they were for that day's filming because of the shirt. But yeah,
It's like I found that weeping angel doodle I did at Fandemonium, and I was like, I drew that too well.
Yeah. Oh, and that one shirt someone had yesterday?
Yeah.
With the weeping angel Michelangelo?
Yeah.
Da Vinci,
Oh, yeah.
I mean? Yeah. Oh, I did not like that shirt.
Boom.
Which is a great segue into our
Yes.
topic. So today it's fresh on our brains and before they melt away.
Our barely functioning brains, so we apologize for the delirium towards the end of the last show, and please bear with us.
Yes.
The con was yesterday. We're all...
This one should also have a delightfully more
Con
cheery
hungover.
note.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry for bringing it to the rape zone, you guys. That was the news article I found that I thought was cool.
I agree. The article was friggin' amazing.
Yay, science.
I thought it was going to be aimed more towards the science aspect of it, but it ended up getting really dark.
Well,
unfortunately, the politic in that case will always outweigh the science.
Yeah, it's just a heated... Anyways, let's not bring it up again.
Yeah.
This is happy talk time.
Yay!
As
happy
I
talk
draw the Are You My Mommy Kid. It's happy talk time, you guys.
So we're going to be talking about the Library Comic-Con 2014.
Yes.
Immediately off the top of my head, thank you, Josh, for inviting us.
Yes, thank you
Oh,
so
yes.
much. That was great.
It was cool meeting you. You were
You rock.
you
Very
rock.
rad dude, yeah.
And thank you for getting the couple extra passes for my wife and
Me.
Nikki. And we repped. We had a table. We met lots of people, shook lots of hands,
Made lots of friends.
made lots of new friends.
Got some exciting potential guests
Yes.
that I wandered around and talked to and exchanged business cards with.
We might become a talk show. That's kind of scary.
At least occasionally.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with guests if they're cool people that we want to get to know. My favorite part about going around and talking to people was the fact that the people I was geeking out over were geeking out over Sarah Spink's Leica Studios t-shirt and the fact that she worked there. Like, the people...
It's a cool place to work.
It
What
is... Well, not what she does. She hates what she does. I still
Okay.
think it's cool. She sans the little faces is how she puts it, because they 3D print all their characters.
Oh, okay.
And her job is quality control, so she sands the faces and breathes in horrible chemicals
Yeah.
from sanding the faces. But she still works for Leica, and all the like the dude that does Lola was totally geeking out over her because he went on a tour there like last year and was talking about box trolls and how excited he is for it. I was like, that's my best friend since I was 8. Like, I'm excited to see her name in the credits of a movie because we've been talking about that since we were kids.
Mm-hmm.
And it's actually happening.
And it's actually happening, and that's cool in and of itself. And then there's these people that I'm like totally nerding out over that are nerding out over her. It was just really cool to watch. She was embarrassed as fuck, but I thought it was awesome.
But Sarah's also pretty easily embarrassed.
Yeah, she's like, I really wish I hadn't worn this shirt. I'm like, are you kidding me? This is great.
I was just like, you're in a room full of like-minded people. Man.
Yeah,
Don't point it
yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Anybody else on the fucking street, like, I wouldn't have noticed, to be honest with you. Like,
Oh, I would have,
like-
but that's because I know her and I know Leica.
I would say I would have noticed. Well, okay, if it was her wearing that shirt, I would have noticed it as Sarah first because
Yeah.
she's a friend. But if it was random person that I don't already know, I would have noticed the Leica Studios
Yeah.
shirt because
Because Coraline and Paranorman are awesome, and Box Trolls looks fantastic. So go see Box Trolls in the theaters. My buddy Sarah sanded the little faces. Yeah. But that was really fun to me, getting to just talk to people in that way as opposed to the I'm the fangirl. Because they were fangirling over my friend, which meant us. It was like I was getting to talk to people's peers, and it was really fun.
All right. Anybody have any like specific highlights they wanted to point out? besides-
Tiny Sailor Moon.
Aw, tiny.
she was the Adorbs.
Oh my god, it was my favorite costume, and her mom threw it together. Like, I feel like I'm being weird for how much I love that costume, but she just rocked it. Like, she had the personality. She was, what, maybe 6?
She was 6, and
Yeah.
she was a happy-go-lucky 6-year-old as far as the girl wearing the
Wearing
costume goes, and she was happy to be there and liked but didn't overlike the attention.
Yeah.
You could tell she wasn't an attention hound.
She wasn't trying to get
She wasn't trying to get attention, but
she accepted it.
She accepted it and
Yeah.
was appreciative of it.
She was very sweet, and she
Yeah.
posed for pictures with people, and her mom threw her costume together the night before.
Yeah, started at 9 p.m.
Is how I do projects, so I think that's also why I appreciate it.
And her mom is a
super
god
sweet.
awful amazing artist.
Yeah, I bought
Yes.
one of her Batgirl prints. Chatted with her for a while. I got added to a Boise
Adrian is
drink
her
and
name, by
draw.
the way.
They have a Boise drink and draw at
Which was last night, right?
Yeah, no, tonight. It's tonight. They're doing it like right. Well, probably not right now. But
Andrew Chasen was posting pictures.
There's more than one.
They do it regularly, but there's one tonight too. I'm gonna go to one eventually because, yay spacebar, yay drawing with other people.
That sounds like so much fun.
Right? Do it. I'll add you to the group.
I want to go.
But
I'll stay home and paint minis because I can't draw, and chucking my paints all over the place isn't a good idea.
They probably wouldn't like that at the space bar.
I'd say it's still arts.
I'm not saying it's not arts.
Just bring some paper and a pencil and do stick figures.
You would do naughty stick figures. Let's admit this. Your stick figures would have boobs, all of them. He's not denying it.
I do better than stick figures. I
The
actually
kid-
did
I don't.
take drawing classes.
The kid next to us with his
JT?
drawing, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he was good.
He was 19.
Yeah.
I got a free Gambit sketch from him.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And I got a free Elsa sketch for Evie from him.
Oh,
I
yeah.
saw
What did
that.
she do? Did she
Oh,
love
she
it?
loved it.
That's so
Yeah,
cute.
she was totally loving it. And I was felt glad because I was able to pay him back in paper because
That's
he was
good,
down to like
yeah.
his last sheet on the paper.
Oh.
The
He was
the
a
last
popular
hour of the
booth.
con, and I was like, dude, I got a whole ton of paper. Let me like at least I was like, I have no cash. I want to give you something for this, but he's like, I've been doing these for free all night. I was like, I know, but I feel like I should give you something.
Yeah.
And then he ran out of paper, and I was like, I will be your savior. And
Here I
handed
come
him
to
my-
save the day.
I handed him my book, and I was like, and he's like, can I just tear some out of this? I was like, dude, take the whole damn book if you want.
Yeah. He
I-
was very cool. And he's going to do really amazing things.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's amazing. We actually I have like 5 or 6 pictures of him and his artwork up on.
Yeah,
the
did
album
you
we
get the
put
one
up,
of him
so-
drawing the Dalek Princess?
I did.
Okay, good. Because
Yeah.
that was like my favorite. He did
Yeah,
a
and
really
there,
good job.
did you draw the girl that was dressed up?
Yeah, the Dalek
Yeah.
Princess.
Okay. Yeah, there was a girl dressed up in a white and gold Dalek Princess dress, and it was
She had like an egg beater wrapped around a bracelet with her hand, and she was holding like they made a little plungery thing.
yeah,
She had an upside down colander on her head. It was
yeah,
super cute.
with like a veil coming
Yeah,
off
with a-
of it.
yeah, with
that
a
came to
veil.
her shoulder, out to her shoulders.
it was really pretty.
yeah,
And-
it was really inventive and really cool costume.
My favorite thing about Library Comic Con versus Fandemonium was the fact that it was more families and small kids.
Yeah.
As opposed to the Fandemonium crowd was fun too. They're both fun. But my favorite part of Fandemonium was seeing the little kids in cute costumes.
Well, it's two
Which-
totally different dynamics.
Yeah, which is a large part of what the Library Comic Con was. Like, there were so many families that had kids there that were super young. And then,
Well,
just
I think
awesome.
I think a big part of that is that Fandemonium is not adult.
Yeah.
By any stretch.
No.
It's still technically a family friendly place.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is that when you have like 5 and 6 year olds, 4-year-olds,
That's not a good environment.
it's not necessarily a bad environment though. It's
No,
a
but-
overwhelming environment, and
I know
if
people who didn't go to it because they didn't want to deal with their children in that environment.
Sensory overload.
But the sensory overload of the environment means that the kids may need to cut it really short, and if
Yeah.
you're paying for tickets, that's not something you necessarily want to do. Whereas the Library Comic Con's free, you can bring the the chillins.
Well, like, I had some non-nerd friends that showed up that I was telling about the Fandemonium, and they were going to go, but I had thought the tickets were less than they were.
Oh,
So they didn't end up going. And they came to this, and then they stopped by and said hi, and they had fun. I don't think that they would have gone if they had to pay for tickets, though, because they're not really nerds. I think it was we want to see this thing Nikki's so excited about.
yeah.
And they had fun, but it wasn't really their scene. But it does give people a chance to be like, oh, well, this isn't my scene, but there are things I like here.
Yeah, and also
Nice art and...
also gives people a chance to discover if it is their scene.
Yeah.
Is part of it.
I wish that not only that we'd had stuff like this when I was a kid, but that I had parents that encouraged my nerd. Like, I didn't
I
read,
is spoiled. Okay.
yeah, I didn't read comics until high school, and that's because Sarah Spink introduced me to them. I didn't really play video games until high school because they were a waste of money, unless it was my brother. He had a PlayStation, but like that wasn't something.
It was a waste of money, hypocrisy. And
Well, no, I think it's more that I don't know, but it wasn't a thing I was really encouraged to do, and I think I would have enjoyed doing it.
Just
I know I would have because I do now. But
well, it's the thing of girls aren't encouraged to play video games.
Yeah,
Still,
just in
even
general.
though basically half the gaming market are women.
my brother and I used to swap toys. He would go play with my Barbies, and I would play with his Batman action figures because they were way cooler than Barbies. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And I think he liked Barbies because they had boobs. I honestly think that was the reasoning there.
I'll run with it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's.
I can't argue that.
He was kind of at that age.
Did he wash the Barbies before he gave them back?
Ew! No,
Sorry.
dude, he was like 7. I think he was just at the age where he was curious about stuff like that. And I liked Batman because Batman.
Yeah.
Also, JT's full name is John Milstead,
Okay.
and he lives in Star. So
Yeah.
he's a local artist.
Yeah.
There were a lot of local people there. Like, I kept talking to people.
That's the whole point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and surprise everybody in Boise. We have a local comic book publisher.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
I'm
that was new to
excited
me.
about them. I'm gonna put
Yeah.
in. I'm gonna submit some stuff when they do their next collection because I guess they do. Like they'll have like 6 authors and 6 artists, and they'll pair up people that don't know each other, and they put out these stories.
Awesome.
I don't remember who talked about that.
It
but
was Chelsea's old neighbor. I can't remember his name, but he recognized me.
Oh yeah,
from,
the dude with the full
Yeah,
monster
full-on
beard.
beard.
Yeah.
and he was one of the writers. And I'm gonna totally keep an eye out and submit artwork
Yeah.
next time they do that because that'd
yeah.
be super fun.
But yeah, it was actually like looking around, like because just in case anybody wasn't there that's listening, we were parked in Artists Alley with all the artists because evidently podcasting's an art form.
It is.
Damn Skippy.
It's audio.
I will not argue that.
Okay. I thought it was just the 4 of us getting around and fucking off for 3 hours.
No shit, right?
Also an art form.
I still can't
True.
believe that people think that we're professionals when it's really just an excuse for us to bullshit.
It's audio titties in your ears.
Oh God, Mike.
Wow.
How is it titties in your ears,
May our
Mike?
nipples,
Because everybody likes the boobies.
Yeah, no, but how are we titties in their ears? I'm not letting him get out of this one. Explain this to me, please. How are we titties in their ears?
Like, you think of the earphones and how soft it is here.
But we're not in their
against
ears.
the head.
That's on your ears.
And then squeeze.
But a lot
it.
of people are
but
listening
they
through
have it on their
But it's
headphones.
not in your ears.
May
That
our
is
may our
on
vocal
your ears.
may our vocal
If they have
sound nipples
Some good
tickle
nipples,
your
yeah.
cochlear.
Your nipples
You know
just
what? I
fit
take
right
it
in
back.
there.
I'm letting you get out of this one. Yeah, just like that. Yeah, I take it back.
Oh, yeah. But no, it was really cool to look around Artist Alley, and everyone there was local, and there was a lot of amazing talent.
Yes, there was, and they were all very friendly.
Yeah, and like I was really surprised. Like, okay, I'm not trying to trash Boise, but I'm surprised some JT at 19. He should be picked up by a comic company.
Yeah.
The guy on the other side of us, his name I totally forgot, and I apologize.
He
to him.
was really nice.
He was really nice.
He was a graphic artist. And
He was a graphic artist.
Yeah.
He should have been picked up.
Actually, you know what? I have a banner on here.
It looks like some people want to do their own thing, though.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that these people are talented enough that
Oh God, he was so
Dan-
nice. And
Dan
somebody
Feldmeier.
stole,
somebody stole from him.
somebody stole one of his comics.
His name's Dan Feldmeier. Stole
Yeah.
one of his top comics and one of his Deadpool prints.
Yeah.
They stole 2 things?
Yeah, the Deadpool print that was under the Earthworm Jim.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because I thought it was a comic. Like he did a spoof kind of type comic of Deadpool. That got
Yeah,
sent,
that's what
was
I knew. I just knew about the
heard.
one.
But it
I mean,
very well
either
could have
way,
been both.
anything being
Well, there was
stolen.
a print underneath the
that
actual
was
Earthworm
Deadpool
Jim,
because I remember him putting it there.
and it was gone.
Yeah.
So
That's
he was
just upsetting because he was a very nice guy and his
Yeah.
art was really, really well done.
But his name is Dan Feldmeier, and he had his stand up thing had a picture of a sad robot with a missing hand,
Yeah, I like
that was
the
awesome.
robot.
and it looks really cool. It looks like it's all.
I'm not saying that people shouldn't do their own thing if they want to, by
Yeah.
any means.
But
These people have the talent. And
oh, absolutely.
I know there's other people in other states that have the talent.
It's just cool to find
it's
it in
just
your
cool
own
to
state.
find it like in our neighborhood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I really
And
enjoy
the fact that
talking
there's
to
a
people.
comic book publisher in
Yeah.
Boise helps me hope that some of the time, like these people will be able to get together with these artists will be get together with writers, and cool shit can happen.
I wanted to pursue drawing comics when I was younger, but I can't draw the traditional comic style, and there weren't a whole lot of independent publishers yet. So it's
Right.
just not something I pursued.
Well, see, okay, like you have a very specific style.
I've been told it's Muppety. Nothing wrong with Muppets. I'm just not trying to draw them. but that's fine.
See, I call your style cartoony. As in, I think when I see your style, I think more of a like Garfield or
I would expect your show to be on Adult Swim.
I would be okay with that.
But I think Garfield or Peanuts when I see your style, which is by no means,
I'm fine with that. Yeah,
I mean by no means a bad thing.
You know what comic got me started drawing? Calvin and Hobbes.
Okay, yeah, totally.
I would take out my little sketchbook, and I had a bunch of Calvin and Hobbes books, and I would open up the book to one of those, those big, gorgeous full pages that he would do with the great watercolor backgrounds, and I would draw them. And I had a bunch of pictures stapled up to my wall, like photographs when I was in high school. My wall was just covered in pictures, and I had a bunch of like Calvin and Hobbes pictures that I drew too that were up there. Yeah. But yeah, that's what got me started was the Sunday funnies. So that I'm okay with. Muppety. I just don't know how to deal with that.
I was just saying it as compliments because of the fucking Muppets.
Oh, no, I love the Muppets. They are just not what I'm trying to do. And as somebody who didn't go into comics because they couldn't draw that way, Muppety isn't necessarily what you want to hear.
Okay, I'll give you that. But, with your style, you may not want to do a superhero comic.
Yeah.
But there's still, especially with the independent publishing nowadays,
there's
so
nowadays.
many other avenues that can be explored with graphic storytelling.
My
novels.
other problem is that I am not a writer.
Well, we'll find you one.
Yeah. But, no, it was really fun talking to people, though. I do that at Hyde Park Street Fair, too, which is a local sort of art
which is next
fair
weekend?
in the park. Yeah, not Hyde Park. I meant Art in the Park.
Art in the Park, yeah.
But, yeah, Hyde Park, too.
There's also Hyde Park Street Fair.
Yeah, Hyde Park Street Fair is great too, but Art in the Park I used to love when I was a student at BSU last time because they start setting it up the second or third week of school.
Yeah.
And I would get down there early and start talking to people while they were setting up, and that was really fun talking to people that are in the industry you're interested in, and I enjoyed that a lot about the Comic-Con too. So they had some local people that were more willing to talk to you than somebody who had flown across the country and had no interest in you.
Yep.
So that was cool. Anyway, sorry.
Well, they had these artists showing up with these like banners and all this stuff.
Yeah.
My first thought was, why the hell are these guys coming over here from like what, California or
no? They were
where
local
are you guys
dudes.
from? Yeah, I know they're local.
Yeah.
What the hell? I didn't even know these people were. I didn't know people like this were in Boise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've known artists in Boise, but most of them, if they really pursue it, end up being either a folk art or something like that.
Like
but
Sarah.
yeah, illustrators, comics, that stuff, they leave.
Yeah.
Well, and that's kind of their goal. They do cons and stuff like this to get their shit out into the public.
To get seen, yeah.
So
I thought that was cool as hell to find that there
reason,
are people staying in Boise doing this stuff.
Yeah. Well, it's like way back in the day when I lived in California, and to totally date myself, this was when Image first started. I was working at a comic book store when Jim Lee broke off and started Image.
Oh God, I love Image.
One of my friends from Vallejo, Wolf. Yeah, I know there's a ton of people who call themselves Wolf, but that was what he called himself, and for him it worked. It wasn't forced. It really worked for him for some reason. But
I picture a super Viking Norse looking dude pulling off a name like that.
He was more of a I don't know. It's kind of hard to describe. I'm not going to worry about it. But anyway,
shaggy beard.
He had the long beard. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Salt and pepper hair, so he kind of looked like a black wolf with the silver flecks in it.
Yeah.
But it worked for him. So yeah, I ran with it. Because normally when people take nicknames like that, I try to learn their real name and call them by that. But for him, I was like, no, that's good. So,
I knew a guy in high school that was on the first day of school, you can call me Squirrel. You gave yourself that nickname, didn't you?
Yep. But, Wolf, he was a phenomenal, comic book style artist. And, the third week, literally the third week of Image's existence, they started hiring inkers. Mm-hmm. Because most of the people that Image had were artists, not inkers. Mm-hmm. They were the people who scribble that the inkers fix, as inkers like to put it. Technically, Wolf was on their side, but he also inked all of his own stuff.
Or if you're a Chasing Amy fan, whatever, dude, you're just a tracer.
Yeah. But he also inked all of his own stuff, whereas a lot of the artists don't ink all their own stuff. Mm-hmm. So he went down there to apply. And unfortunately, he was too good at the old school method. Mm. He actually inked prints on paper. He didn't ink using Photoshop yet. So, and they were already using Photoshop at Image. So unfortunately he didn't get the job, but that was like his first step in the door. Like he could start mentioning that that Image thought he was good enough to bring in to look at, and that helped him get eventually into, I think he started working for Dark Horse eventually.
Oh, nice.
So but getting that step in the door with Image.
Aren't they the same company now? Didn't they merge Image and Dark Horse?
I don't know.
I think they have.
But they're under the label of Dark Horse then, or they're keeping the labels separate, because I know Dark Horse still works out of Portland.
I could be wrong then.
Yeah, because there was that big hoopla a couple of months ago about Marvel taking back the Star Wars comics.
Yeah. But that's going to happen when both of your parent companies are Disney. Sorry, but yeah. That's just how it's going to work.
It's like we could do this in-house for a fraction of the cost with just as talented artists.
Yeah. So yeah, I think he got a job at Dark Horse eventually. He might have moved on since then, but like being able to say that, just that step of, I went from local artist to Image scouted me, that helped. Yeah. And then he was like, crap, I got to learn Photoshop, and started learning Photoshop. But but it's cool to like see local people with that talent, and I really hope the best for these guys. I hope they succeed in however they want to do it, whether they want to go work for one of the big two or whatever, or be local or whatever they want to do it. I really, I want to see them go on and succeed in doing what they love.
And if we do get local artists that make it bigger,
yeah.
I mean, a lot of these people, like even celebrities, tend to like love to represent their local town.
Yeah,
more and more, especially.
Yeah, I mean, look at Aaron Paul.
Oh, yeah,
that dude's like, I fucking love Boise.
Yeah, I keep hoping they're going to announce him for one of the cons. Like that'd be so.
That'd be cool.
Wouldn't
But
that be rad?
I don't know why anyone hasn't tried to talk to him yet.
I'm sure they have.
He's got
He's
a lot of
just
shit
a really
going on,
busy
I'm sure.
dude. Yeah.
Yeah, his
kind of a hot
celebrity
commodity.
hasn't completely worn off yet, and I'm sure he's
Yeah.
No,
like
it's
one
not
of the
going
most
to.
requested people in Hollywood right now. But yeah, I mean, these local artists do the concert get to hopefully be picked up. I mean, it's like why you do Battle of the Bands. Why do you do stuff like that? Is that there's going to be an editor there who's probably going to be like, I like your shit.
Yeah.
Come talk to me in a week, and we'll fly you down or whatever, and we'll talk. I got this project or something,
Right.
Yeah, and then if they make it big, then they'll come back to Boise and say, hey, we did good.
Yeah.
Thanks for helping me out, and they'll help promote other people or do conventions and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, it's all awesome.
I would just like for us to get to a point where we're known as a place that has cool stuff like this. Because Boise is a pretty neat place, but we're not known for being a mecca of pop culture.
Boise, is that where potatoes are grown?
Yeah, exactly.
No potatoes are grown anywhere near Boise.
And it's Boise, by the way.
Boise. I'm from California. I will say it the proper way.
No, you're going to say it the wrong way. And it hurts
We're
my
on
brain.
the same team.
But
So
he's
guys,
saying it wrong.
Guys,
What?
guys,
Oh, God.
guys,
What?
Guys, social geek.
Did you just do Alien Hands?
Yes, I did.
I like it. Why did you do Alien
Oh yeah.
Hands? for social
Finally,
media?
I got to see Andrew again, which was cool. Finally got to meet Hensel in person.
Oh yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think I actually officially met anyone because I was too busy running around like a chicken with its head cut off.
Yes, it was very nice to actually meet them because we've been like seeing their stuff and talking with them for so long.
We're
Yeah.
internet friends.
Yeah, we've been like internet buddies forever. So yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it was super cool seeing those guys. I actually, it was around, not Fandemonium, but Anime Oasis. Jen and I happened to be downtown while that was going on down at the Grove.
Yeah.
And we were crossing Myrtle because we were coming back from eating dinner, and Hensel and Andrew were, I don't know where they were coming from, but probably from the con, and probably out getting food. And we crossed each other on Myrtle, and mid crossing the street, we were like, "Hey!" Couldn't exactly stop in the middle of Myrtle to say hi, so it was like, "What's up, guys?" And then we just kind of kept walking, and I think I even heard Andrew was like, "I think that was Dustin from Nerd." So it was pretty funny. It was kind of a cool chance encounter, but Yeah, it was good to finally meet those guys in person, shake some hands and say hi, and hopefully we can make it to one of their Fourth Friday events. Or, in the last one was at Cobby's, and I really, really wanted Cobby's.
I've never had Cobby's.
What?
Ow, loud!
And do you call yourself a Boisean?
Boisean! I don't call myself a Boisean, because that's not how you say it.
But
Jesus.
you gotta have Cobby's.
I know. They're expensive and not near my house.
Yeah,
Oh, so
they're spendy. But
They're a little spendy, but the fact that you can get a small sandwich and get 2 meals out of it,
Yeah.
unless you're like me and are like, oh, nom, this is good. Nom,
Which
nom,
I
nom,
am.
nom.
So.
But then again, I also don't need to eat for like 12 hours after one of their sandwiches. So,
I know, there's just, Jimmy John's delivers to my house, and
they don't deliver to my house. Fuck them.
They're pretty good. They didn't deliver to my last house.
did you see what was going in place of that Hooters?
I know, it's fucking pissing me off.
Fucking ChickfilA.
Fucking ChickfilA.
I hate them, and they hate me, so it works out.
Yeah.
So every once in a while, I'll get coupons in the mail for a free Chick-fil-A sandwich. I have this theory that since I will never actually spend money there, that using that coupon is doing them damage because they've got one of the gays in their shop and I'm not spending money and they're still giving me something. Yeah.
As long as you only get the free comment.
Oh,
sandwich
yeah,
and the
no, I
coupon.
wouldn't get anything else. But I am curious what they're like if people are willing to ignore the fact that they're fucking bigots in order
Back
to get
before,
a chicken sandwich.
before I knew they were bigots,
Yeah.
I would go there because for a fast food chicken sandwich, they are, with the possible exception of the Burger King chicken sandwich, they're the best chicken sandwich out there. Okay, out of chicken that's still recognizable as being a piece of chicken,
Yeah.
they're the best chicken sandwich out there.
See,
But
and I have a friend.
they're not super special, at least in my opinion.
Yeah.
They're good, but they're not super special. And now that I found out that they hate people that I like, fuck them.
Yeah. I have a friend who works down at the courthouse who's very pro-gay. Dustin knows who she is. Mm-hmm. She's really awesome. She's an older gal, and she apologized to me when they built the one down by the courthouse. She says, "I'm sorry, but that smells really good, and there aren't a lot of options around here." And I'm like,
That's unfortunately true in her
She
area.
even offered to bring me one. She's like, "I'll buy it for you so you're not giving them money." And I'm like, "Well, I would like to taste it." That's okay, because that's just giving them more money that I don't want them to have.
But now they have TJ's and
Yeah.
the Asian Panda Express. And
Yeah, they've got all sorts of stuff there now.
Yeah, that was probably prior to that conversation.
It was.
I bet, yeah.
Damn it.
And Five Guys right down the street.
Turns out the youth ranch also hates the gays. I don't give my money
Really?
to the Santas anymore. Yeah. They use their money to help homeless people unless those homeless people are gay.
Okay, because I knew that United... I knew the Salvation Army hated the gays and
Yeah.
anyone not Christian.
What? Didn't I say Salvation Army?
No, you said Youth Ranch.
I apologize. No, I love the youth ranch. It is the Salvation Army. I'm
Okay.
sorry. I even said bell ringers after that.
Youth Ranch?
I even said bell ringers after that. Yeah, no. If there are homeless teenagers that are homeless because their parents kicked them out because they're gay, the Salvation Army won't help them.
Yeah.
Which is so wrong to me because they're still kids that need help. And how can you call yourself a Christian organization? Anyways.
It sounds like completely 180, but by chance did anybody see that the Goodwill was opening up their own technology branch?
What?
Yeah.
Is that the one you posted with the cool video game station?
Yeah.
Damn it, I love thrift stores.
They're just it's not even...
Isn't it going in like
it's
the tech mall?
No, I said, hey, Tech Mall, you should totally push for one of these in your
Oh,
in your
okay.
outlets. And, the youth ranch is like... And it's not even just a branch within the store. It's like an actual...
Separate building.
Technology store.
They're like, hey, we figured out that nerds like to buy this shit. Let's give them a place where they can find it easier.
It's not even that. No, they're selling gaming PCs. They're selling Oculus Rift, Raspberry Pis.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And as well as retro stuff and whatnot.
They must have
And
got
it's
some
laid out
sort of
really
donation
clean.
to help them with something like that specifically. Because that seems like a weird way to branch out from...
Technology. The thing is technology sells.
Yeah.
It's just a test store right now.
Yeah.
And most of it's probably donated, but...
Yeah. But technology sells, and oftentimes when you get someone to play with it first, the technology sells better.
Yeah.
That's why Microsoft stores and Apple stores exist.
And I will tell you right now, their setup right now will guarantee them big sales. Why? Because even all the friggin' I love local video game stores. They are my favorite places to go to.
A1.
But none of them, not a goddamn one of them, have more than 0 to 1 places where you can play a game.
A1 video game trading post.
A1 has one, and it's like a
No, they
it's
have
like
several.
It's hooked up to one TV.
Oh, well, yeah, technically.
They have like 8 consoles hooked up to one TV on
But
a
they've
little
got
switch
8
box.
consoles.
But
it's all one TV, and it doesn't let more than one
and it's
person
like
play at a
one
time.
little 13-inch box TV.
Barely TV.
Yeah. So
Isn't it like an old security TV, if I remember correctly?
I think so.
Yeah.
And then like VIP has like one little just regular TV in their store.
At least it's a full-size TV.
I had a concept in my brain when I wanted to do Button Mashers games. Like, I wanted to make sure I had one console set up on a TV of its generation at the end, at an end cap.
Right.
Like where all the games are.
I used to have one of those old TVs that's in the wooden cases.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I would set my Nintendo up to my cool new TV and then set my my PlayStation up to my shitty old free TV that was in black and white. And it was funny to me because, because I was weird in 19. Yeah.
But that's kind of, I always had this idea that that's what I always wanted to do, is make sure that there was always a playable console on an end cap.
That's very smart.
Or on the wall somewhere on a TV of its generation that was totally playable for anybody who wanted to play it, for if they wanted to demo a game or something.
Well, yeah, and it's always thought about that too. Like you can get a plexiglass case for the TV and the console to be inside. So you got total control over it, and all you have is 2 cables hanging out for the controllers.
Yeah, or I mean, just strap it to the end cap. Or
Yeah. I don't know. Like if it's like a,
nobody's going to be stealing a box TV.
I would say if it's like a 32-inch box TV monitor, ain't no one stealing that shit.
Oh,
Ain't nobody got time for that?
Ain't nobody got the muscles for that?
Yeah.
Or the backstrike.
Yeah.
God, I'm so glad I got rid of my TV. It was one of those ones
And
that
as they get a
was
hernia
really
when they run out
front
the TV,
heavy.
I will laugh.
The super front heavy TVs that's heavy enough that you need 2 people to lift it, but doesn't have spots for 2 people to grab it. Mm-hmm. Oh, God, I'm
Because
so
it
glad
tapers in towards the back.
Yep. I am so glad I got rid of that before moving up to the 3rd floor.
Yeah,
That would have been a hoot and a half.
I hold down my 36-inch TV from upstairs to downstairs.
Yeah, this was
I'm
a
bracing
big one.
myself against the wall and just like scooting down one step at a time.
This one was so big that some cars you couldn't fit it in the back seat. Like it wouldn't squeeze in the door. It was wild. This is a weird doodle page.
So Comic-Con, that was fun.
Comic-Con. Hey, Deadpool's happened.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay, there was a Deadpool, so it was an official
No, there
convention.
was-
There's 3.
There were 3 Deadpools, and there was a conglomeration of Deadpools after you left. They were all hanging out.
Okay, good.
was
But
great.
it wasn't an official con until the first Deadpool showed up.
And there was 3 different specific types of Deadpools.
Yeah. There was
There's
Lady Deadpool,
regular Deadpool,
regular Deadpool.
and a quote-unquote fat Deadpool.
Yeah, that was the other Deadpool that called it that. That made me sad.
He
I
didn't
was
look
like,
too
"That's
fat. I
mean."
mean, he's a little chubby, but
He had a little pooch.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I saw the picture.
Yeah, but Deadpool's an asshole, so the other Deadpool was technically in character doing that.
Yeah, but this was via Messenger today.
yeah, this is on our Facebook message.
Oh.
Like he sent us a Nerd Effect message.
There was a Domino. That made me
Yeah,
happy
the
to
fact
see.
that someone actually did Domino, which is rare, was awesome.
Badass fucking rogue
I'll do that rogue.
who
hands down.
strutted her shit.
Yes, she did.
And
owned that
it worked for her. Not a lot of people can pull off the rogue costume.
And we're talking like traditional like 90s rogue.
Yeah, we're talking the
like
green
full
and
green
yellow
and yellow
spandex.
spandex.
Yeah.
She was like
As
6'3".
we all just get really quiet and stare off into space.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was very tall,
like, give us a
very
minute.
lean. Oftentimes, the ladies that choose to dress as rogue are not necessarily built like rogue. And green and yellow aren't the most flattering colors. And the way that they're striped in her costume isn't flattering either. So I've never really seen a good rogue, be it the colors or, whatever. This was a good rogue. This was a good rogue.
Thank you, Rogue. Bless you.
Thank you, rogue. Indeed.
And there's always the Boise Klingon troop.
Yes.
They were great. And there was that one furry.
A furry has to show up.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then there was that one guy that was not in his furry costume but squeaking anyways.
I think that was the same guy out of his furry costume because I remember
No,
the
this
spiked
guy
shell
was
backpack.
way shorter and bigger than the furry that I saw.
Yeah.
He was built like a dwarf. Whereas the furry was not. I don't think that was the same. Unless that was a really like squishes you so you stretch.
In impossible ways and defy the laws of physics
like
and biology.
cartoons.
Yeah.
Unless it was a Looney Tunes furry suit, I don't think it was the same guy.
One of my favorite guys that I liked was the like if Wolverine and Elvis had a love child.
That guy
That was
funny.
awesome.
Tiny Thor. Can we just for a second appreciate? I'll you know what? I'm
Duct
gonna
tape
write a
helmet
note.
Thor.
Oh my god, his dad made his helmet out of duct tape. He was maybe 2.
Yeah.
Maybe. And his mom goes, hold up your hammer, and he holds up this little wooden hammer. And, like, I don't want kids, but I swear my ovaries went, aww. We'll post a picture in the show notes, just in case you didn't see it. You'll make,
the Star Wars troop?
Star Wars troop.
Oh, yeah, the Star
And they
Wars
giving
family.
away trading cards
Yes.
I don't
of
know where
themselves. That was pretty cool. Femme Spider-Man.
I didn't see her.
No, you
pretty
didn't. Ange missed her too, and I texted her. I was like, "You missed full body spandex lady Spider-Man with boobs. Should have stayed. You missed."
And there was no no other than the fact that she had boobs. Like it was straight up full on Spider-Man. It wasn't
with boobs.
Yeah, it wasn't like a modified version of the
It wasn't a
costume or
feminized
anything.
version of the costume,
No.
as it would be called.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
just Spidey.
With boobs. Sorry, what? Hi. There were a lot of Batmans.
Well, Batman's popular.
I know, but
I was depressed there wasn't a
tiny
Harley.
Batmans. No, there was a Harley. You just missed it. She was even Asian. His eyes got so big just now.
There's a picture of her on here.
Yeah, there's a picture of her on her album. My favorite Batman was Miss Jen's little girl Batman.
Oh, Jen Rumberg.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about my wife.
Oh, not your Jen, no.
Like, Evie wasn't there dressed up as Batman.
No, my friends Jen and John, and they're adorable,
yeah.
adorable tiny Batgirl with her little tutu. And she had little, I think they were Little Tykes toys, and it was a Batman and a Wonder Woman, and she was sharing, and then there was another little tiny Batman that walked by, and it was just tiny Batmans everywhere. There were so many cute kids there. Like, my favorite costumes were the ones that you could tell the parents made them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like Tiny Thor with his duct tape helmet.
Mm-hmm.
And then the little superhero who had underwear on the outside of his pants and his cape was just a shirt that was tied around his neck.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was my favorite.
But didn't we all do that as a kid at one point to dress up as a superhero?
Yes, but his dad brought him to a Comic-Con like that. And he was like a 4-year-old in a costume like that. And I made him let me take his picture, and he just stood there and looked scared the whole time.
We tried to get him to do a flexi muscle pose,
and he just
wouldn't do
grinned,
it.
like, you guys are silly, and I'm scared. And it was cute.
Don't forget Bob's Burger guy.
Bob's Burger Guy.
Couldn't have cosplayed as anything else
No.
because his face was Bob.
I showed Ange that picture tonight. I had forgotten to tell her about that, because I love Bob's Burgers, and I got her started watching it. She's like, it's stupid. I'm like, no, just give it a little bit. And I was like,
It is stupid. You just get Stockholm Syndrome.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's also got some of my favorite voice actors in it, though. But this guy, if I thought Bob's Burgers was based on a true story, I would have thought this guy was the original Bob Belcher.
Yeah.
Like, it was, look through our album. It was insane.
JT also had a really cool foam Iron Man helmet.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That you missed at the end of the con, because at the end of the con, right as it was ending, he put on the foam Iron Man helmet, and he's like, put your hat on. And then he's like, oh, on you. And I was like, blop. And I put my steampunk hat on his
Iron Man in
helmet
a
while I wore
steampunk
it.
top hat. It was pretty great.
It was pretty awesome. And because I have a big head, it actually fit kind of all right. Like, it wasn't...
And there was that really good, what was it, Batgirl and Nightwing? Was he Nightwing?
I felt like it was Nightwing,
I
but
think
he
it was
was in
Nightwing,
red,
because it was
but it
red
was
and
red.
black.
Not
Yeah.
red and black. He was
Yeah,
Nightwing.
Nightwing's red and black.
I think it was blue and black.
Yeah.
No, he's red.
Well, he had a really good Nightwing costume. He had you could tell he cut out the little plates.
Yeah, he cut out like the
No,
little
yeah, he was-
muscles
no,
like
yeah,
out
he
of
was-
foam. It was
Yeah.
really
Yeah,
cool.
he was Nightwing.
Like, they were very obviously handmade costumes, but they were really, really good.
And the Batgirl was really, really hot.
Yeah, there's that too.
Oh my god.
Well, the thing is like, it's okay for a costume, like,
No, I love it when you can tell it's handmade, but it's well done.
it's like, that's like one of the things, like, I like, as cosplay goes, like, I dread okay, there's certain cosplays that I want to do where some of the stuff, you just buy it because it's It's normal stuff.
Yeah.
It's something that is made and produced today that you can buy at a store, and that's how the character would have done it.
Like, I want to do the new Batgirl costume, so I'm going to find me some yellow Doc Martens from the 90s. Because I always wanted a pair of them anyways.
You can still probably find yellow Doc Martens at DocMartens.com.
Yeah, but that's way more money than finding used ones.
True.
I cannot afford new Doc Martens, especially in a color I'm not going to really wear all that much.
I would just make sure I'd rock the yellow Doc Martens as often as possible if I wanted a pair of yellow Docs.
Yeah.
I'm just going to put that out there. I mean, I rock my Docs daily because
No,
it's what
I
wear.
do.
But
yeah, they would match my banana jacket.
they would, and you'd be more visible on your scooter.
That's true. And I believe they were the rubber ones, weren't they? Those, like, rubberized Doc Martens.
Yeah.
So they'd be
They
nice
may
and
not make
waterproof.
those anymore. Oh, but all Docs are basically waterproofed.
I've got internet. Why am I not Googling this?
So
Continue.
they're trying to making her into getting the Docs.
I know, you just totally sold her on it.
Well, I was already sold on it. I just need somebody
I know,
else to
but for-
help me justify
But for
it.
daily wear.
But
I'm already still wearing flannel and, like, cargo shorts. I never left 90s fashion.
I was saying, what's wrong with Docs?
Nothing. They're
They
ageless.
last forever.
Okay, yeah. Do you know how many pairs of shoes I've bought since I started wearing Docs?
Oh,
I
my
couldn't
sound
tell
is
you.
on.
At least-
Sorry.
3, I think, that I can think of.
Yes, I have bought 5 pairs of shoes total, or daily wear shoes, which would be my Docs, since 1998.
Oh, I go through my shoes way faster than that. Oh,
Yeah, me too. I get like
found
a
them.
new pair of shoes like every 6 months.
They still make them.
Yeah.
Oh, they're so pretty.
How much are they?
$80.
That's
Oh,
not
cheap.
bad.
That's cheap for a
That's
Doc.
dirt cheap.
Yeah, but that I don't.
I spent
spend
$60
a lot.
on a regular pair of shoes.
But
I bought
but they
really-
will last you 4 to
I know.
5 years.
But I got
of
really good
daily
hiking
use.
boots for $40. Oh, they're 8 eyes.
I was saying, okay, it was a Doc. You are partially paying for the name,
Oh, I know.
but you know,
well, and a name that means something.
Free
I was saying, unlike
Unlike
Beats
Beats.
by Dre, it's a name that
Yeah.
means something.
Hey, they still do make the vulcanized rubber ones.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, free shipping. Jesus, and 20% off. What?
Yeah, it's the end of summer sale.
I want them so bad.
Let's not forget about the steampunk girl who had the fully functional wings.
That was cool.
Sorry, what shoes?
The girl with the steampunk outfit
No,
that had the wings.
I know.
Yeah.
I was looking at the website. It's pretty.
But yeah, but like I was saying about
Welcome
about
back.
Hi, I was looking at shoes.
that's such a girl thing.
I know that's like the
Jeez.
girliest thing I've ever said in my life.
Yeah, but they were Docs, so it's okay.
I was joking with my mom. How funny is it that it took getting into hiking for me to get into shoes and good bras, but not the kind that you ever wanted me to?
Plus, Nikki, how long have you known you're a lesbian again? It's been at least 10 years, right?
No,
No, really?
I didn't even know it was until I was like 17.
But you're 30, or 30. We'll be 30 this year.
We're not talking about that. I didn't come out until I was 23.
Okay, you didn't come out till you were 23.
Yeah, so like 7 years.
So in 7 years, you have not bought a pair of Docs?
I had the Doc Martin Sandals when I was in elementary
Okay.
school.
Well,
The ones that if you don't wear them all summer and then you put them on, you're like, how did I lift my feet? You guys don't know what I'm talking about, but they had these ones that were really popular amongst girls my age with soles that were like 3 fucking inches thick.
yeah.
And
remember these.
they were like the leather that they had like the tongue of leather with the woven straps going through them. And they weighed like 30 pounds. They were insane.
As any good pair of Docs does.
Yeah. And I did have a pair of those that lasted me until they stopped fitting me. So,
Yeah.
because my feet grew really fast.
Well, as a kid, that happens.
Well, and I wear size 10 and a half in
Running
women's
around
now,
with
so.
30 pounds strapped to your foot. What do you expect?
Yeah.
Muscles are working out.
But yeah, I was saying, like with like certain things, like for example, buying a pair of yellow boots. Mm-hmm. Like I don't know how to make boots,
Yeah.
so I'm going to be buying any footwear that goes with any cosplay I do.
It's like with my Repo Man costume.
yeah.
I've been planning a Repo Man costume, and I got these like those big rubber black chemical handling gloves.
Yeah,
They're too big for me. I can stuff cotton balls in the fingertips. I'm not worried about that. But yeah, I'm not gonna make that shit.
yeah. There's some stuff that's really
Yeah.
either really hard to make, or why would you make it when it's totally available? Like I would still kind of like
Unless you've got a vacuum forming machine, which
but then it gives you an excuse to play with it.
yeah.
So that's different.
You still have to buy one to make the original mold.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah.
But like, for example, like with, like, I still kind of want to do an Aiden Pierce costume because I actually really enjoyed Watch Dogs. Did it deliver on all of its promises? No. Was it still a good game? Yes. Do I like the character Aiden Pierce? Yes. But I'm not going to go hand weave a sweater. No, I'm going to go...
You knit sweaters.
Or knit sweaters, whatever. But I'm not going to go do that. I'm going to buy one because it's modern clothing.
I could.
I know you could.
Sorry.
You know, and he wears jeans. I'm going to go buy a pair of jeans. It's just, you know.
Yeah, but there were some people that were complaining about the fact that the people that won the first and second place in the comic, like the costume contest, were wearing very obviously store-bought costumes.
Oh, well, that's a different thing.
Yeah, in that case...
And they weren't comic book characters.
Yeah. In that case, I don't think that that's...
Why would you have to be... Was it supposed to be comic book characters only?
Probably not, but
No.
you would hope that would give you a little leeway.
Well, no, but I mean, for me, it's more the fact that they didn't make their costumes and they won a contest. It's like,
Yeah.
you know...
To win a contest, I think the costume should be...
It should be homemade.
It should be homemade or...
Or at least have a certain percentage
or
of
be
homemade.
insanely cool.
Yeah, or have a certain percentage homemade. Like, for example, like with the Aiden Pierce costume, I'd have to make the jacket because no real trench coats close like that. Or not close like that, as the case is. I'd have to at least do the embroidery or get the embroidery done on his hat.
Hi, have we met?
I know. I'm just saying these
Yeah.
are things that
I know.
you know,
I know.
like
Yeah.
you know, I'd have to put some of the stuff together, especially with the jacket.
I'd have to hang out with Nikki for a little bit.
Darn. But no, like, you know, I'd have to get like the colorations on the jacket and stuff and things like that. But he's wearing modern clothes, but I also wouldn't enter a costume contest necessarily as Aiden Pierce. However, my Eldar Warlock costume that I'm planning on doing, that's a costume contest worthy costume because it will be made by me with the help of my friends, you know, and that I think should go into a contest, even if it's not the greatest costume. It will be sexy. Damn straight. But
You're
that's
not
just
going to be able to
for
keep
me.
Mike's hands off of you. It's what's going to happen.
That's why I'm going to have two versions of my sword, a Boffer and a Mike sword.
Okay.
Mike's sword is going to
Mike's sword.
the Mike sword is going to be solid wood to hit Mike with.
Whap!
Right in the shins, just...
Aw, shin smacking. I tried to draw boots. It didn't work out. Oh my god, I cannot draw shoes. Okay. Sorry. Ignore the eraser noises.
So,
For those of you new to the podcast, I tend to doodle while we're chatting because it helps me focus.
I'll say,
And get distracted simultaneously.
But you get awesome little doodle things all over the place.
It's
Yes.
true. I do share them with the world
yes.
because I think they're fun.
Doodles must be shared.
Doodles!
Now, I didn't personally wander into the main library building while we were there.
Yeah, I didn't either. I think your wifey is the only one that.
No, Mike and I did.
you guys
met
did?
up with Luke before he came by the booth to say hi.
Oh, okay.
And,
Well, we ran into him on our way out.
Yeah, when we were going over to the gaming tent.
Yeah.
oh, how was that?
Not bad, actually. They had a lot of game. Like, the place was full of people gaming. You know, it looks like everyone was enjoying themselves, having a good time.
As they do when
Yeah,
they're playing games.
as you're supposed to when you're playing games. Ran into the guy from.
All about games?
Well, he's not from All About Games, but he works relatively closely with them. That's doing what was formerly OTK-Con.
Oh, he came by our booth.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
And chatted with him some more. So, yeah.
You were tearing up there a little bit.
That was a burp.
I know. It was just, it sounded like you were getting really emotional about
But
your
no,
quality
just
time with this guy.
chatted with him a little bit more. And he's really looking forward to talking on the about the con stuff with us more and stuff. So this looks like it'll be really good.
That was another thing that happened while we were there.
Oh, my
People were
God.
coming to us saying, "You want to go to our convention?" I was like, "As media?" And I was like,
Yes.
"Shouldn't we be coming to you?"
Yeah, that was weird for me, and in a really awesome way.
I
Like, I feel like we should tell them, hey, we're just hanging out. Like, we're having fun.
We're not worthy.
Yeah.
the thing is like, the thing is like we're a local podcast, they're local cons, so it really is a synergistic fit.
Oh, yeah, I know.
We're a very unique niche in this community because as far as we know, we're like the only, I would say, quote unquote, major. And by major, I mean one that is on a regular basis.
One that manages to meet regularly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
in the area that I can think of. Like,
Right.
I can't. So
Yeah.
we have a unique set of skills,
Yeah.
Wow.
And
kinda.
but it's
We own equipment. Well, Dustin owns equipment.
formerly OTK, because sorry, I can't remember the new name right now. Please correct me.
It sounded like Tamagotchi. I think it was Tamagotchi.
Well, there's
sounded
Tamagotchi Con, which is the anime convention.
Yeah. What are you-
Tamagotchi Fest.
Tamagotchi Fest, sorry. And
But
then there's
I kept thinking they were saying Tamagotchi.
no Tamagotchi, and
I
then
know.
there's the gaming convention.
That's like in March.
Oh,
But
you're
that's-
talking
that
about
one's
a
in
totally different
March.
one than I am.
Yeah. Those having those guys come up and talk to us, like, honestly, I felt kind of cool and it felt kind of good because, like, that means there's people recognizing that are out there that, like,
People are hearing things they like about us.
people are hearing things they like about us.
Instead of, these people came to our thing, but it was very clear that they just wanted an excuse to hang out.
Well, I mean, I don't want to just. No offense.
No, I
but,
know. I just,
I like hanging out with you guys, but
no, it's fine,
I kind
Mason.
of like the idea of doing media at these things. And,
You just want to use me for my sewing skills.
no
I see. No, it's fine.
cooking too. But no, it's. I think it's kind of nice that, like, there is this fit for us and them to get together, and we can help them, because we have recording equipment, we can do media, and we get to go to the cons because of that, and have that experience, and then give back as far as doing the media and spreading the word about them as much as we can, and all this other stuff. I think it's.
I think the nerd community needs to do some mutual back scratching.
Yeah. That's kind of part of it, and
Well, I also think the nerd community in general is pretty good about that.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
We're
Yeah.
just getting into it, which is awesome.
and
Completely awesome.
I think it's just really cool that we're able to provide that, and people are recognizing that we can provide that.
The feels.
It's all good feels, man.
Thanks for name dropping me so much. You had to make me a part of the thing.
That's true. That is how that happened.
Yeah.
I was like, he's like the next logical choice for a host. So
Yeah.
let's
Already
go to
on the
her.
cast in spirit.
I'm just the booth babe.
Yeah, Michael's our unofficial booth babe.
For scaring people away from the booth.
Yep. We love you.
I'm actually still.
That's how I got started on this
I'm-
thing. I sent Dustin a response back saying, hey, if you need some sexy vocals, let me know. Next thing I know, you guys were like, hey, get on here. I'm like, all right, fine, I'm here. Here I am. And my sexy vocals.
See how long it takes me to make you regret it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding.
Which is funny because he's like the least talkative guy in the show.
Yeah, but when he opens his mouth, it's the most traumatizing usually.
It's either traumatizing or pure gold.
Yeah, it's
Or both.
50-50 with Mike. Oftentimes both. Yeah,
And even he's made one heck of a DM.
and we love him for it.
Yep, too.
Well done, sir. That man has planning skills for DMing. Like, we're set for a while.
Far superior
However, Mike
to-
should remember that he occasionally should thank me for not intentionally totally derailing his plotline.
Except for that time Dustin chucked me at an elf.
Yeah.
Mike learned about NPCs.
But I was only egging you guys on by casting the bull strength that time. It wasn't.
And
you guys had
then-
already pretty much decided to do it.
And then I pistol whipped a chick, who I'm pretty sure was supposed to be recurring. I should probably consult you guys occasionally on things. But
I tried. I defused the whole situation, and you're like, "Fuck her."
Because she fucking double crossed us.
Anyway, wrong show.
I'm okay. No, I'm okay. Don't give me pistol whip abilities and expect me to not use them. That's all I'm saying.
I just want to see you try and pistol whip one of the werewolves,
That would have been hilarious, actually.
If they'd stood still long enough instead of
Okay,
getting their
technically it's
asses
supposed to be a
whooped.
sneak attack, so I guess not. But getting off topic. Okay.
I think it's a great topic.
So yeah, I would say the Boise Library Comic Con was cool.
It was very fun.
It seemed a lot more robust than last year.
It
I think it got
was.
some good word of mouth for being a free con. And
Yeah.
for being a free con, the order was kept. I think people were very
you could tell
very,
a lot of people came out
what's
the
the
street.
word I'm looking for?
Courteous.
Courteous.
Yes.
It may have to do with something, the fact that it's a family event and there's a lot of kids around.
And it's associated with
But-
the library, I think, might have
Yeah.
helped.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say the only couple of things I would like to see that maybe a little bit like I actually even enjoy like the setup basically.
Mm-hmm. I would like a non-porta potty bathroom, please.
Well, that's just going to be a product of the environment.
I know. I don't like it.
It was super clean though.
There's a school next door. I bet they have bathrooms. Most schools do. All of them, I would even venture to say.
I don't know what you want from me.
And not porta potty.
But maybe a little more room for the games in the tent. But that's just because I'm a gamer, and I always like to see all kinds of gaming supported. So, yeah.
I didn't get a chance to see the gaming tent, though.
Yeah, I didn't really leave our general area except to get food and pee.
But I mean, it was okay size. A little like maybe a second tent of the same size would have been really, really cool. Get more people playing because
it was pretty packed in there.
It was pretty packed in the gaming tent. Like, maybe you've taken one table out of there and added another couple of tables to it to make a second tent would have been given everyone more space, both more space to game and also a little more room to breathe. So, but that's just me. I'm a gamer. I'm like all about the games most of the time, more than anything else.
All of the time.
All the times. Yeah.
Well, that's what Josh is looking for. So, if you have suggestions for oncoming years, I'm sure we could email him and let him know.
Yep. Plus, depending on the actions of a few of my friends, I may start trying to offer our services to cons also in a different capacity.
Dude, I stuck around and asked. Josh is super cool, man.
He's a cool dude. You can tell that right away.
I don't know what you're talking about, but it sounded dirty to me for some reason.
I offered to.
It's not dirty.
Okay.
I offered to stick around and help him tear down the back room or whatever, just because just as a thank you, it's like, what can I do to help, basically. Yeah. And he's like, well, follow me, and then I got to the back room, and he's like, we have volunteers. You don't have to stick around to do this. I was like, dude, I'm more than willing to help you.
I totally would have stuck around if I didn't have homework to do.
He's like, no, dude, just go. He's like, the fact that you're even offering to help is like blowing my mind right now. Anyway, so, he's like, nobody's ever done that before. So it's like, thank you for that, but we got the help. I think we're okay. So
yeah,
that was pretty cool of him. I wish I could have done a little more, but I'm just happy to be there.
Yeah.
So now you've said offering our services in another capacity, and my brain is ticking. So what do you got?
No, I'm not saying it yet.
God damn it!
Because it may not come to pass. So.
Okay.
You shouldn't say words.
Bow, chicky, bow, bow.
Not that capacity, Mike. No matter how much you might want it.
I was say, as long as it doesn't end in a happy ending, we're
not that kind of happy ending.
Yeah. I don't want to have to carry napkins.
They
on
look
me.
really stressed, you guys.
Who did?
The volunteers.
Oh,
you should
yeah.
help them out. Bow, wow, wow.
No.
Bow, wow, wow, wow.
Our booth will have curtains next year. So.
Oh, God. Stop talking.
You guys are horrible.
You're horrible. You're not. I'm just kidding.
Maybe you shouldn't say things that sound like an innuendo.
You shouldn't talk about offering our services if you're not wanting us to make prostitution jokes.
You guys' friends are always in the gutter.
Okay, how long have you known us?
Come on, man.
I was doing friend math the other day and couldn't figure out, but I know it's long enough to know that you can't say something like offering our services without me making lewd comments about it. I know you know better. It's your own fault, really. I'm disappointed in you.
I would almost venture out to say that he was looking for it.
Yeah. I'm disappointed in you. Is all
And
I
now
can
Dustin's
say.
making rape jokes.
What? No!
Whoa, buddy.
What? No, I meant looking for the comment.
Not funny. I am
What just happened?
unhappy
Well, the
with
whole
where that
adventure
went.
he was looking for, it just sounded like a rape joke to me, and I was
my
like,
God,
no, bad
please
Dustin.
stop. Please stop. Just stop making
Sad.
it worse.
You just stop talking right now.
Oh my God.
Was not what I was going for, but
No, I wasn't looking for any kind of rude or bad or obscene comment.
I'm really uncomfortable right now.
We need some nail polish over here.
Big Daddy, stop
need nail
yelling at
polish
Mom.
Oh, we need nail polish over here. That was a callback to my news article in what will be to you guys last week's show. Or
Earlier this
last,
week,
earlier this
technically.
week. Your faces show.
Oh!
I told you and my pink marker.
Obviously, the pink marker deserved it.
It did. it was being pink and stuff, and I don't like that color, so I threw it.
That's what she said?
She did say that.
A lady.
No.
You sounded like you were pooping. We should wrap this up. This is getting ridiculous.
Yeah, we're a little over an hour
We're
now.
at delirium.
Any final thoughts on the 2014 Library Comic-Con?
I'm so sorry, anybody who listened to this podcast. That's my thought.
Note, I have nothing but positive things to say about the con. Lots of cool
It
people.
was so
Kids,
great.
artists, cosplayers, creators.
This was only
just
my second con, and I'm
networking
hooked.
and
Yeah, it was all in all a really awesome con.
And everyone was so friendly.
Yeah,
it was
Everybody was just nice and happy to be there.
the non-friendliest person that was there to me said nothing to me, and that was about it.
There was a kid whose shirt I
it wasn't even
complimented
bad.
that was kind of sarcastic and said, thanks. And he was like 7.
but he was a 7-year-old.
Yeah, so other than that, everyone was fantastic.
Mike, any final thoughts?
I've been behaving myself.
Thank you.
Well, I'm looking for a positive note here.
Positive note, yes. Meeting lots of cool people. Lots
C
of cool
sharp.
artists.
C sharp major.
Ooh, getting fancy on us.
Positive.
Oh,
Ignore me.
God. See, I'm not a music nerd, so. I got it, though. I got it now that you've pointed it out. But if a joke needs explaining, it's not very funny, I guess.
I don't even know if that's like a proper key. I don't remember theory. I was always really bad at music theory. Really good at playing the notes in front of me.
Not so good at thinking about it.
Nope.
Mike, sorry. If you want to end it with spider boobs, I'll understand.
Oh, man. I didn't know I missed the spider boobs. I am sad because of that.
There's pictures.
Yeah, it's on the book.
Yeah, I saw some pictures, and I'm sad. I
Oh,
missed it.
we forgot to mention the Genderfuck Supernatural.
Oh, yeah, that was
Yeah,
pretty damn
they
Yeah,
were
the gender
awesome.
band Supernatural. Yeah.
It's Genderfuck. There was like a Castiel and a Sam and a Dean, and they were really great, and Castiel had cool wings.
She walked by every once in a while, and every time I wanted to yell, ass butt!
Yeah.
And
They were great. And
but that would sound really creepy because she was probably like 15 or so, and
yeah.
coming from a 31-year-old dude, it'd probably just be really weird.
Oh, I know. Talking to the guy next to us, who's Mr. I'm at a con selling drawings. I'm like, this is my second con. I'm 30. Jesus.
But he understood. It's cool.
I know, but it made me feel really spiritual.
Spiritual.
Yep.
Okay. Let's wrap this boy up.
Yes, please.
This
How do you know it's on a girl?
thing up.
Thank you.
This it up. Or
Wrap
whatever.
it up.
The
I
show.
believe G is the gender neutral.
A shim?
ZHE.
Top it off with Jimmy Cap.
What? I don't want to know, do I? That means no. That means no. Let's wrap it up, you guys.
Yes, please,
All right.
let's wrap it up.
So a final thank you to Josh and all of his crew. Thanks for having us. And thanks for anybody who stopped by our booth and said hi.
We hope that this
I'm
episode
sure there's
didn't
a
make you
whole
regret it.
different persona going on right now than what you saw at our table.
Keep in mind, we're
Kind
also
of.
still recovering from being absolutely drained from being at the con all day.
Yes.
Like, I laid in my room and read books with my cats, and I'm still not a functioning human. And that was my day.
So yeah, thank you. And we hope to talk to maybe some of you in person soon.
If we didn't scare you.
If we didn't scare you. If
Sometimes
this-
we scare ourselves, so it's fine.
If you don't mind a very semi-lewd podcast.
We did warn people.
Unless you like being scared.
Mike. Not that kind of
And
scared.
there goes
Can
the
you,
rest of them.
can you be handle being locked in a room with us for an hour?
Well,
Or
we're
less.
locked in your ears for an hour if you're still listening at this point.
That's
so-
true.
It's like deer in the headlights. There's no way they can escape.
Yeah, it's like a train wreck. They're like, oh god, oh god, now what are they doing? Did he just make a rape joke? Like, that's...
Mike, put that away.
Oh god. This is our place of business. Show some respect. Sorry, Mike's not actually doing anything. Mike also used to work here, which makes that twice as funny.
Yeah.
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 Anyway,
Let's go.
broke the D.
We broke lots of things tonight, you guys.
For the Nerd Effect podcast, we have been
Macamogan.
Mason Ireland.
Nikki, not associated with this podcast in any way, Brindle.
and I am Dustin, the never mind. Dustin Vancouver.
That was a weird middle name.
Yeah, I was trying to think of like something
Clever?
clever.
There's not enough caffeine in the world, buddy.
No. Nope. So,
Good night, everybody.
for those about to nerd,
We
We
salute
salute
you.
you.